Today marks 1 year since Luigi Mangione allegedly gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. And in just a few hours, Mangione is expected back in court for day 3 of his pre-trial hearing.
Chanley Payne are live outside New York State Supreme Court in Lower Manhattan with the very latest. Chanley.
Hey, good morning, guys. That's right. So the attorneys for Luigi Mangione trying to challenge the evidence against him inside this courthouse behind me later today. And it's happening exactly 1 year to the day that United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was gunned down outside of a Midtown New York hotel while in New York for his company's investors conference. The 50-year-old CEO left behind a wife and 2 children. Mangione, who faces both state and federal charges in the murder, was tracked down 5 days later in a Pennsylvania McDonald's. His defense team is trying to bar prosecutors from using any of that evidence recovered during that arrest, including items in his backpack like the 3D printed firearm and silencer, personal writings and journal that laid out his disdain for health insurers, his iPhone and several USB flash drives. They also want to suppress some of his statements that he made to police allegedly at the time. They say officers were asking questions before telling him that he had a right to remain silent. And the state hearing, it started Monday with testimony. It will continue today. They've shown video, the 911 audio from that McDonald's. And on Tuesday, Mangione, of course, he's inside the courtroom. He appeared nervous. He was biting his fingernails as the officer, one of the officers who arrested him, testified that he found a lot of money, including foreign cash, on Mangione, about $10,000 worth at the time of his arrest. They also showed body camera footage that was played in the court showing the moment the officers decided to detain him and read him his Miranda rights. But that was about 20 minutes after he was first approached. So in the video, officers asked, "Do you understand?" And he says, yes, he understands his Miranda rights. Well, state prosecutors have countered the defense, saying that the officers were within the bounds of the law. This suppression hearing is expected to continue through this week, possibly even into next week, and we will see what the judge does decide. The judge could decide inside the court or later on in a written ruling as well. We're also expecting outside here some of the fans or supporters, if you will, of Mangione to show up later today and sit inside the courtroom as well, guys.
Yeah, they have been colorful, and that's being generous to those individuals so far. Chanley, thank you.
Chanley.
Let's bring in editor-at-large for the Washington Times and attorney Alex Sawyer. Alex, have you heard any argument from the defense so far that warrants any evidence being excluded in this case?
I have not. So the 2 main points that I've noticed are the statements that were made prior to the Miranda warnings rights being given. Now, what that led up to, it was more like an approach. The police officer said that he was called because of loitering, which was not true. That's lawful. A police officer can lie during any sort of interrogation. The only time that that's problematic isn't when you're trying to elicit a confession. There was nothing going on like that. The questions were mostly geared towards his identity and making sure he wasn't giving a false name. That was something that he did. Previously, he used the same name that he had used for the hostel in New York. Those identification questions, those are all lawful. You don't have to give Miranda rights before giving those. The only time Miranda rights come into play is when you have a suspect who is being held against, I guess you could say, in a way that they feel like they are not free to go. So here, these types of questions, they're very routine. Also, to note, his backpack that was with him. You do not need a search warrant to search a backpack incident to arrest. So it was supposedly next to him. Anything usually within the suspect's wingspan, we can say, is able to be searched sans a warrant incident to arrest. There's also another exception, which is probable cause. And these officers, I'm sure, after talking to Luigi Mangione, they said that they were obviously able to identify him once his mask was down and were almost 100% sure that it was him. They had reason to believe there could be evidence of the crime in the backpack. And that's also, leads to probable cause, meaning they don't need a warrant. So I think that this is routine. A defense attorney, they usually go after this. I can think of the Nicholas Roski, the attempted Kavanaugh assassin. That his attorneys had filed petitions trying to throw out some of his statements that were made to police officers prior to his arrest. This is just what happens,
right.
But I do not expect it to be successful.
Yeah, just a little color for the audience. You take a class in law school called criminal procedure, and for like 2 weeks, you go over what qualifies as in custody, what qualifies as not in custody, and you go over these various fact patterns from various cases, and obviously that's what the defense is doing here. They're basically saying he was in custody, and so there needed to be Miranda, there needed to be all these other protections, obviously. Prosecutors are saying the exact opposite. The judge will decide. I agree with you. This does not appear like it is in custody. I want to switch gears to the Matthew Perry case. Dr. Salvador Plasencia, one of the doctors who provided Matthew Perry with ketamine, was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for his role in the actor's tragic death. Matthew Perry's mother and stepfather releasing this victim impact statement, quote, "This doctor conspired to break his most important vows repeatedly, sneaked through the night to meet his victim in secret for what? A few $1,000s so he could feed on the vulnerability of our son." Alex, was this sentence appropriate?
I think that it's very lucky. He was looking at 10 years. Some of these other doctors that were involved in this are also looking at 10 years. One who actually ran a ketamine clinic is looking at, I think, decades in prison. So, 30 months seems like a fair deal. There's some of the facts that have just come out of this are terribly sad. I think it was like $12 a vial. This doctor would go and I think make thousands off of Perry, and even in some communications with another doctor said, let's see how much we can get him to pay. In one instance, I think it was $12,000. So think of that return. That's insane. There was a 2023 episode where he was administering the ketamine to Perry and his blood pressure spiked and he froze. Nevertheless, the doctor went ahead and left vials of this with the assistant, Matthew Perry's assistant, to then go ahead and keep administering. There was just reckless conduct. What happens here is this, the type of behavior fell well below the medical legal standard. So, yes, there needs to be punishment. Thankfully, part of the punishment was that he's no longer able to practice medicine. These other doctors, too, had to give up their licenses. But yeah, so, this is the type of conduct that we need to make sure other doctors are not doing, that painkillers, pain medicine, it's a big epidemic in our country. And this is evidence that even those that have, access to the best doctors don't get the best care.
Yeah, this is not why you go into the practice of medicine in the first place. Alex Sawyer, thank you. Appreciate your time this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.